And some of it on Saturday too. I'm probably kind of going back to finish Corpus Alex and everything. Need to wrap all those things up. Because next week we also have, I guess on Monday I might actually do Passageway of the Ancients. The old school RPG that I also played the demo on Next Fest. I think it was Next Fest, but that was like spring when I was still in Armenia, I remember, I think. Still the way to kill frames, I see. That one sometimes kind of like dirbs though for me. So I'm like usually trying to avoid it unless necessary. At least what is good is like with 2PC setup, you can care about it a bit less. If you don't mind the coolers, and I mean, I guess some extra, you know, energy being wasted, then it's kind of fine. If it'll be one PC setup though, all those games without limiting, a bit of a pain because you still need the juice for OBS. And they start fighting for the juice, you know, that's not good. Yeah, Muga, hello. How we doing? Irajan, good morning. So yeah, Passageway of the Ancients are gonna be on Monday. We're gonna check that one out. I played the Next Fest demo, that was kind of massive demo. So we're gonna give it a go on Monday. It's an RPG, so fitting for the RPG Monday. Nice, Abuga, nice. Sounds good, huh? I'm drinking some tea. I'm drinking some tea. I'm finishing some tea there. I'm doing good. I'm doing alrighty. Hopefully getting the server that is not gonna be dropping frames, and that will make me fucking happy. That will make me very happy. Oh yeah, I also have Dravai actually to play. That may be for tomorrow too then. We'll see. Probably for tomorrow then, yeah. I need to check that one out too. So yeah, like right before moving, I basically got Passageway and Dravai. Second, didn't really have time to check them, so I guess we're gonna be checking them very soon. Because then also Monday evening, Sulfur will be available, which also had a really nice Next Fest demo that I really enjoyed, and I'm gonna be playing the release. Well, early access release, but still. So we're gonna have some of that action too. There was something else, I think, releasing around the same time. But even if it's not, it's still kind of, you know, it's gonna be time already to hop on that Stalker and, you know, to prepare for the second. And then yeah, the Ragnarok is coming soon, eh? November, I plan to grind that Ragnarok online again. Which ping is kinda not very poor, but that's kinda the ping you get from across the pond anyway, so can't really do anything about it. So we'll see. I gotta give it probably like a little bit of a test how it actually plays with that ping. And if it's all a good, then we hope in. Which, I mean, it should be alright, I think. Sick. Over here. Got him. So yeah, gonna be loaded. Gonna be loaded times, but it's gonna be also like no day offs and stuff probably. Maybe like next week. I'll have one. We'll see. Before November, maybe I'll manage to get one in. Like on Wednesday maybe or something. We'll see. Gonna need to still sort out some of the stuff for the apartment, the bureaucracy. I kind of was thinking maybe today actually to already go, because the weather is actually alright today. It's still kind of like a little not super warm, but it's not gonna be warm already anyway. But at least, you know, no rain, nothing, and sunny, so would be nice. But yeah, now my friend is also getting sick, so looks like we're gonna be until next week just chilling. I'm kind of already, you know, passing that. Still throat hurts a little. But now I went to buy some like meds for him. Like, I didn't really, like, take any meds myself. Like, nothing left, nothing super crazy. But now that I got some for him, I'm using some of his strepsils for my throat. So that's gonna be better now. Hey, window, hello. Just in time for a free week of 76. Damn, son. I grinded the free week. I didn't really have anything crazy, so I just had like the mental super holes. That's good enough for the throat. But the throat kind of for the last couple of days is hurting, so it's nice to have that strepsils, I guess. I'm no mood for 76, I see. Yeah, for now probably also not gonna hope on that. But now not really. When the ghouls will be out, that's when I probably gonna come back again. Even though we'll see, like I think like the latest update they dropped kind of fucked a lot of things up again, as usual. As usual. Supposedly they fixed the glitching sound finally, but apparently people said they didn't, and it also like broke more shit again. So yeah, the classic. But the ghouls, yeah, ghouls are gonna probably check. Ghouls are probably gonna check. I don't remember. Did they already load that on... They probably should already have that on patch test server, actually. Technically. Even though I'm not sure. I think it's past the holidays. It's probably like early next year. So maybe not yet. Maybe for now they're testing different stuff. But yeah, apparently there is a bunch of like the new bugs and stuff going on now, so... No rush anyway. No rush anyway. But ghouls will be interesting. The old games before the games happened, the new raids, well, I mean... The raid is coming next big update. The raid is coming next big update. And I mean, expeditions are still there. Like, it's actually not bad. It's actually nice. It's actually nice. It's just, yeah, it's just so much stuff to play that right now I rather not. I rather not. Like, if I would have, like, nothing to play or something, oh boy, I would be playing the shit out of it still, probably. I wouldn't even stop, most likely. But since there is plenty of stuff to play, I don't have that problem to kill time, so I rather not. I rather not. I rather play some good stuff there. Fatal error. System reboots. Storage corrupted. Coupling matrix unstable. System startup scripts. Tab for manual reboot. Sure. That's our reboot in there. Red Dead just around the corner. I kind of like not really like super, you know, into that stuff, to be honest. First one we did finish. I played it together at my summer house back in the day. I'm just like passing, you know, the gamepad as soon as someone dies. Pretty much. Pretty much. And that I remember. I'm kinda like still not even really interested really to go back to it. Not a good game though, but yeah, kinda not really feeling it. But yeah, for me it's just a lot of stuff, no? A lot of stuff. Windblown. Then there is also a Sulfur. Then, you know, Stalker coming. Gonna play the last one I haven't played before that. And then the Stalker itself, you know. Band of Exile 2 gonna have a test. I don't know if I'm gonna have an opportunity to play it though, but you know, it's there, it's there. The Ragnarok Online plans. The new MMO from the RuneScape creator. That is also next month already. Like November basically is just like packed. December is like less packed as usual kinda, but the problem is December is when Boomerithon happens because it's less packed, right? So that's gonna be a lot of dead stuff coming in. There's gonna be a lot of old stuff to play. And then I still need to also find time and fit a bunch of Kingdom Come before the second one's out. Unless they delay it even more, of course. But yeah, still that should be like quite packed there because it's already what? February was it or something? And like Boomerthon will be probably like middle December, middle January for sure. So I need to find time to do that too. Ain't nobody got time for that, man. Ain't nobody got time for that. Alright, let's see. Salutations, bros. Welcome to the Sequus diagnostic tool. Reading this, that means your augment's connection to your central nervous system been compromised. A serious malfunction. The fact you are reading this prompt means you have not suffered fatal damage. Few moments that will guide you through the manual reboot process. Done correctly, you will gain consciousness. According to diagnostics, the likelihood of a repeat coupling failure is 83%. Press continue to proceed. Look out for the following symptoms, which may include but are not limited to loss of consciousness, seizures, slurred words, significant memory loss, motor function, deterioration, emotional instability, general insanity. Seek immediate medical assistance if able. Given significant connection and degradation between the arc and your brain, manual re-establishment of core systems is required. Using a diagnostic tool known as the brain map will guide you through re-establishing core connections via artificial neuron material known as x85. This sounds complicated, believe you'll find the process rather simple. Akin to plug in a power cord into an outlet. Only in your case, you can increase the amount of power being used, allowing a metaphorical bulb to grow brighter, dimmer, or turn off entirely at your leisure. Press continue. The right screen is the brain map. The leftmost side contains your x85 total. X85 is a powerful resource that can enhance connectivity between biological elements such as the brain and mechanical augments. The more x85 you distribute to an augment, the better the augment performs. You can distribute x85 at any time from one source to another, then back again. Diagnostics detect the 4 core augments in your brain. These augments grant interpersonal aptitudes, each designed to assist you in social scenarios. In order to regain consciousness, you will need to distribute your x85 to one of these cores to strengthen the connection between your brain and the arc. Let's do that now. Sure. Top of the interpersonal aptitude list is a bargainer. Augment that causes complex algorithms to detect potential trade opportunities when conversing with other people. Directing x85 to bargainer, you'll gain low-level mercantile conversational skills and observations. Select plus button on the brain map to distribute. Let's see. CLSC. I'm delaying the second one too. Yeah, second one I still haven't even really played. Well, I mean, I did play it a bunch for like over a week, I think. But yeah, barely progress it, I guess. Let's put it that way. Significant damage dealt to the coupling system. Personality augments have had their power levels restricted from 8 to level 3. Higher distribution would cause further instability. Using each augment in social scenarios will slowly rebuild the connections, allowing for higher level access in the future. But now you have limited x85 and not enough to fully power each of your personality augments to level 3. At any time, you can drain your x85 from an augment and redistribute it to any of other skills at will. Keep in mind that augments at level 0 are considered disabled and will not convey potential dialogue options or observational data. Select minus button on the brain map to extract x85 from bargainer augment. Hovering over plus or minus buttons or the brain on the brain map will give you a description of the augment in question on the technical readout section at the right hand side of the brain map. This will be useful if you ever need a refresher as to what function each aptitude performs. Alright, the trade. Well, does the negative not work? remove this from here. Have a look here. I was also confused why I pressed this and I got level 2 instead. How to use brain map, please distribute the remainder of X85. Keep in mind that you can distribute at any time, as long as you are not actively speaking to someone. Rather obvious when one attempts for distribution during conversation can be quite offensive to those who notice. Distribute your remaining to continue. I see window, I see. Was kind of bid, son. Primalist. Human behavioral pattern recognition package allowed the subject to perceive subconscious primordial tendencies that often go unnoticed in conversation. Commonly displayed by all humanoids, though some are more susceptible to its compulsory use and influence than others. Increased usage in X85 alignment will grant greater insight into primal humanoid behaviors and ways to socially exploit them. Mentalist. Intentional psychological tricks are used to convince, deceive, and manipulate individuals. Commonly used amongst leaders, judicial defenders, and charlatans. Increased usage allotment will allow the subject to perceive potential social advantage through high intellect trickery. Now, the looting animations, yeah, that could be true. Humanoid, a behavioral pattern that compels the majority towards law and order. Commonly used by peacekeepers, judges, and corporate managers. Let's see. We'll see if we'll be able to remove some of it later there. I can lower it here anyway. They also like just dump 2 in. Because these already have 1, I guess. Alright, sure, fine. System is fully operational. Instability is still detected. Please proceed with caution. In order to regain consciousness, please do the following. Continue below. Top button to close the brain map interface. Hope you enjoyed the diagnostic procedure. Have a pleasant day. Can we do it now? Now we can, alright. There we go. What this us? Assessing a lower limbs functionality. That's sure. Assessing a scanner hardware. Switch to scanner mode with Alt. Not in there. Assessing object identification capability. Initiate with E, swap desired action with mouse wheel. Alright. Set identifies this location, section 117, corridor D of the trench site, Z core. Deduce location and reason for being here. Particulate a matter-specific dislocation detected in a host tissue. Time and present zone most likely 12 to 24 high rotations. Some extra stuff there, I'll figure it out. Metadata regarding this time period, the lost or corrupted. Severe X85 regression detected, memory data recovery impossible. ID badge. Well-worn badge case made of bamboo suit leather. A bamboo mesh pseudo-leather. Applies the design. Crumpled and dirty synthetic fabric case. The identification card, which would typically be displayed in the front opening, seems to be missing. Bootprints suggest case was ignored by passers-by in the tunnel. Viewing item has been added to your inventory. Tab and navigate to your inventory to investigate it. There it is. Sharpen letter. On pulp paper is the letter sealed in wax. Sender and contents. A letter was drafted by Dr. Sarpin. Tone of the letter is friendly and energetic. Writing suggests someone whose ideas move faster than their ability to write. Sarpin indicates a clear eagerness to meet Ambrose, to work closely with him and discuss mutual areas of interest. Ideas and procedures referenced here that are experimental, unfinished formulae are scrolled in the margins. Conclusion: Sarpin has summoned subject Ambrose to assist in research. Type of research is unclear. Sarpin's obsession and his eagerness for Ambrose's arrival is clear. Brilliant scientist whose reputation long intrigued me. Research may well hold the answer to condition that plagues me. Plagues all cerebroids. Condition in this tunnel, waking up like this, shows my end is closer than I would like to believe. Sarpin's research may be my last hope. I need to find him and soon. Viewing the letter. Limbs assessment continues. Hold shift to test a faster movement speed. I do have the faster movement speed indeed, Sonic Surge Meter. Given extreme proximity to the exonic web, quarrymen are notified through these alarms as to the threat of an exonic surge. The surface of the site is heavily defended. Many exonic creatures have recently started burrowing underground. Quarries are especially vulnerable given the impossibility of using a large-scale ballistic weaponry and the Axon's use of corrosive gas. The quarries are undermanned and underfunded. As a result, the quarries across the Sunder hold the highest exonic fatality rates in the world. It appears damaged by quarry conditions, but nevertheless properly maintained. The risk of an axon surge is considerable, not yet a certainty, but it can be classified as a likelihood. Analysis: should the axons overtake the quarry, a few people will have the speed and agility to survive. Anyone slowed or injured will almost certainly perish. Screen tearing also, I think. You and the big fella in the cloak, up here on the wall. Hello? Ah, it speaks. Now a mind telling me how he ended up in the middle of a mining tunnel. As you're part of the guild, you're not authorized to be down there, mate. Am I talking to right now? Guild security. Verbal observations. Pause before he speaks, suggesting hesitation, possibly suspicion. Monitor these tunnels to make sure it looks like you don't wander in and make a mess of things. Things I need is some idiot getting themselves blown to bits by a demolition charge. Now, who are you and what are you doing in our tunnels? Looking for Dr. Sarpin. Sarpin, I mean that snobby old marketed surgeon. Well, he's not hanging around in the mining tunnel, I can tell you that. What's the cerebroid want with him anyway? Doctor's in the same medical ward, eh? The work's wrath. Yeah, doctor has a frightening thought. That's so hard to believe, eh? You look like the reason most people would need to see a doctor. And excuse me for being a bit skeptical. Plus, you're not exactly the type of company he likes to keep. Sarpin doesn't make a habit of pulling around with cerebroids. All I can tell you is that Sarpin's got a lab somewhere on this level. Foreman ought to know more though. She's a little higher up on the food chain than I am. You ask her, maybe she'll point you to him if she's feeling charitable. First door on the left. The foreman on this level. Slight edge to his voice, suggesting a resentment. The name is Hobbs and was assigned to this level about 6 rotations ago, and is about as blunt as a rock breaker. Doesn't waste her time mincing words about things, especially when she's displeased about said things. Thing I should know. Don't try anything smart. Foreman's as no nonsense as they come. Hollowness in his tone, possibly a sign of awareness. Can tell when someone not being on the up and up with her and doesn't tolerate it for a moment. Mind yourself when you're in there, mate. Not as patient as I am. Getting the sense you don't care for her. Why is that? You don't say none of that. Hobbs is a by-the-book foreman who does her job just like all of us. By the book that you might end up on latrine duty for 3 weeks just for falling asleep at your post for a wee second. Even though it's your third double shift in a row. And wait, why am I telling you this? Off you go, and I'd be quick about it if I were you. There is an axonic surge warning in effect. Warning only at yellow. We have time. Don't know how fast axons can move, do you? Might be yellow now, but it can go red in a blink. Then it's a mandatory evac, everyone out, whether they are done working or not. I'm not about to waste my time dragging you out. Take this very seriously. Primalist, a graveness in his voice, possibly trying to hide fear. Accents are always serious, mate. Ever see what one of those metal nightmares can do if they get their claws in you? It's for the best. Fear is a powerful thing. Primal cuts through all logic and reason. I've seen one of them before and it terrified you. Suppose you'd know, wouldn't you? Both come out of the web after all. Axons and cerebroids. I have seen one. Put me in the crater fields, the worst day of my life. Surge warning went off suddenly in full red. We were loading up for evac when an axon came over the walls. Your body was all wrong and it had too many eyes, all glowing that sickly green. I only saw it for a few seconds, but the carnage it made, I won't speak another word of it. But what am I doing? Blabbering on to you about it like it's your problem anyway. Should get going, mate. Straight to the foreman's office. Sure. The notes long been updated. Quality clearance by Hobbs. Sure. Oh, that's what we got, basically. Door open behind you. Oh, this one. Save point. Let's see, alright. Goodness, look who it is, Ambrose, a notorious CRI investigator himself, outside my office. Can't imagine what brings you to our humble quarry, but I'm sure the explanation will be fascinating. Heard of me then? Heard of you? As a quarry foreman, it is my job to hear of a great many things. Do you have a rather, shall we say, distinctive look? So I'm sure you grow used to being recognized by strangers, yes? And the stories I heard, what if I should be afraid? And reputation is quite terrifying. Perhaps I should call some guards to protect me. Cascade Reading Cerebroid, She takes no shit then, is that right? Get the bureaucrat, maybe. Or both work for the same organization. Not so easily manipulated. Hern cerebroids can rewire their brains to be better negotiators, so you might want to reallocate your X85 if you're hoping to sway me. I think that's enough posturing. Tell me what's on your mind, The Tanners might overheard what could be private business. Can talk right here. It's good to experience the beating heart of our quarry. Exaggerated intake of breath. Potential conclusion discomfort. Can't imagine you'll need more than a moment of my time. Speaking in the hallway will do just fine. Very well, sure. Thank you for being reasonable. Just into less than ideal conditions is part of life at trench sites here. True today more than most days, we have a bit of a situation here. Chosen a dangerous time to visit. Difficulty making eye contact, shifting feet, picking at the small cut on her neck and making it bleed. Conclusion, subject is projecting anxiety consistent with deception. Exonic surge warning. Your neck is bleeding? Goodness, so it is. I'm not sure why you would bring that up. Appear to be scratching at a small injury. And notice, these exonic surges have us all on edge. Everyone has, for the most part, evacuated, barring a few of us. These things aren't pleasant, trust me. Feeling that you are not asking me what I already want to know. Quite perceptive, Not if your reputation, lofty as it is, does you justice. Twice opens the mouth and then closes it again. She's either censoring herself or choosing her words with great care. A suspicious arrival, an otherwise standoffish attitude. I'm just not certain it's in my best interest to assist you. Faint smile betrays an emotion humor. What a shame, And with the bureaucrat. Station someone shirks her duty. Duty requires me to protect the people of the quarry from danger, and that's what I'm doing. Suspect you would not be so insistent without good reason. See them, bros, they have my full attention. Doctor named Sarpin. It is, yeah. It is. Much to explain. Mining stone to hold back the accents, but you know as much. In any case, you're clearly after something. Yes, I've heard the stories that you pursue your goals ruthlessly and destroying those who get in your way. For one, certainly hope that's not true. I'd hate to find myself under your boot, hoof, claw. Well, we both know just how serious you are. Please tell me what you really want. Force VSync and NVIDIA control settings. That one kind of like never really works there, dude. That's the problem. Or like really rarely, rather, I guess. Really rarely. Could try. Could try. How serious you are? Alright, what we really want. Should be aware of as I go about my business. Korea is a complex community like anywhere else, and watch out for falling rocks, of course. That's the best advice I have. Shall discuss next. Looking for someone. Expecting a visit from you. Have a letter from him. Letter intriguing. May I see it? Desperation helps, boys. Observation, desiring something makes her vulnerable. Doesn't you want to see it? Perhaps we can come to a mutually beneficial arrangement. Needn't be quid pro quo, bros. Perhaps you should simply show trust in me. Can say what dividends a little trust may yield. Can it though? Desiring something makes her vulnerable. Chances keep the letter private. No ability to trust. That's the first smart thing you've done since you woke up. A gist, of course. Curious coincidence that you should be here. Today of all days, asking after Sarpin. Don't believe in coincidences. And don't mind me, see connections where perhaps there are none. That's true. You're interesting, Ambrose. Very perceptive and more sensitive than your reputation would have me believe. Stop dancing around the issue. The exonic threat is more dire than is generally known. There's been a massive and unusual activity in the crater fields, and particularly a deadly surge is likely. There's every chance that this quarry will have to be evacuated before the end of the day. So as you can imagine, things are rather tense around here. What else can I help you with? Sarpin? Maybe you're quite correct. Sarpin, the very researcher you're here to see, may be in some rather serious trouble. Going hard with this one. Safety of those who work here. It's nice to know you're so attentive, but Sarpin in truth is a visitor here and does not fall under that paradigm. Very guarded and clearly careful to avoid being manipulated. Perhaps we can assist one another. You have my own reasons not opposed to helping you. Pragmatist, I see. I hope for a more cooperative attitude, but it is the end results that matter. Let me tell you what I know. Sarpin is missing. Indications he may have been hurt, possibly even abducted. Worried that if we don't find him before the evacuation is ordered, it will be too late. Despite being off the books, Dr. Sarpin is important to this quarry for a number of reasons. Skilled detective, or so I've been told them, and as luck would have it, you have your own personal interest in him. I've been totally convinced of your value, helping me out aligns with my needs quite nicely. Need to learn more. You might have wanted to hurt him. No one I know of. He was an unusual sort, very much against body modification, if rumor has it. I believe he more pitied those who relied on it rather than despised them. Pursued his own research interests, but he also served the medical needs of the quarry. If he has any enemies, I am unaware of them. State of the clinic. Don't want to prejudice your detective instincts, but to my untrained eyes, there are signs of a struggle. Expect you'll see things that are not visible to me. A witness? A miner named Bisedsa. You'll find her quarters down the main hall and to the right. If you hit that foolish man's stall, you've gone too far. Best get an untainted perspective by talking to her directly. Sure. Down the main hall to the right. Wonderful. I would wish you luck in your investigation, but I'm a believer in skill over luck. So I think you should take this Intelligent Clans and Customs module. This should be backward compatible with your arc, I believe. Contains a working knowledge of Intelligent culture. As first assigned here, it was invaluable. These people can be undisciplined, have no further need of it. Shoot will assist you as it assisted me. You, the investigator, you know best what to do. It's surprisingly generous. Both want to find the doctor before he comes to harm. Helping one another seems like the best way forward. Alright, sure, anyone else I should talk to? Instead of speaking with the arms dealer, you'll find his stall easily enough. Heard rumors that he keeps a close eye on Dr. Sarpent. Perhaps he knows something. He's uncooperative, perhaps ask him about his clan. You don't have to understand, he will. The more wisdom to import. One thing occurs to me when you talk to the witness, Bizedze, it advises you to be sympathetic about her clan. Very emotional about its unfavorable status, and a few kind words may help in earning her trust. Equal to the challenge. Waiting for you at Sarpent's clinic. Walk back the way you came and take a left. Doors should be open for you now. Let's see. Okay, I guess we could try. Check. A moment. Let me see. Can we get that V-syncing going? No free probes yet, still in an hour. That's pretty good, huh? That's pretty good. Still know, like the global V-syncing setting might be a good idea. Not sure if I should do that. Because my conflict, I guess, with the local ones. And that some of the games have. Looked fine on your screen. It wasn't like anything like super crazy, but yeah, there was some. Fine on the game in. Game is in. Go on. That shouldn't kind of save, right, already? I need like the triple or something, probably. Let's see if it did actually. Oh, there was a play. Wait a second. VP there. Oh, that dialogue animations now. You couldn't see them in dialogue, actually. It was. Oh, yeah, there is a play. Dialogue was fine. It was when moving. Moving when you notice it. See if it will. See if it will. Putting like the delete button there a little too close. Oh, it didn't say my sensitivity though, that's for sure. And sound too. The weird shadows. No, I think it doesn't. I think it doesn't here anymore. Because before, yeah, when I was moving, it was. It was noticeable. I should do it more, and I just don't think it's a good idea probably to get the global V-Sync on, right? Because it might kind of conflict with some like settings when the game has one. Probably not the best idea. I need like on case-to-case basis. It's always a better than in game one, though, actually. Chunk of carbonized matter restores the lip of this overturned barrel. The object is, or more accurately was, a bound grouping of paper pages. The real paper is extremely rare and expensive. The wealthiest and most elite among the population would even dream of owning a paper notebook and accompanying writing implements. A notebook was destroyed also suggests great wealth. Approximately 87% destroyed. Touching the object would cause carbonized remnants to disintegrate. So the remaining content is sufficiently intact to allow indirect analysis. Handwriting suggests a well-educated elite, one with knowledge of various methods of writing. Hey, Oxer. Dialo. Oh, the UI kind of does have a little bit of your kind of like Fallout vibes there for sure. Analyzing content, attempting reconstruction, fragments are not forming a unified whole. 41 words or interpretable partial words identified. 3 sentence fragments identified. Oh, the identifiable words 7 are can be reconstructed as a Sarpin. Sentence fragments: returned to his clinic, late night conducting research, seen several patients. Conjecture: this notebook belonged to someone observing and taking notes regarding Dr. Sarpin. Let's see, maybe I missed something there too. Down the hole to the right, so I can get this one. Oxford with the streak. Thank you, man. Thank you. That's the 4-man in the clinic. Alright. That means we went too far. Huh? So let me go this way. That's the one. Seems my eyes were true on the cerebroid at our fine quarry. What a day. Abyss Idza. Say Idza like it's a word you don't know. Not a nice surprise. No opinions regarding Italian politics, since it means as much as the rest of your clans to me. Probably not a good idea to use this. Well, you confirm? Yes, sorry, my thoughts again. I am besides. Can I do for you, son of Dura? Looking into disappearing Dr. Sarpin, son of Dura. Never heard the title before. Shame was a name my grands used for cerebroids back when Intellians held you lot in higher esteem. I was raised in the stories from the Age of Change, when cerebroids freed my people from our drowned prison. Not one to forget such kindness. But I figure you haven't come to hear me ramble on. You might know Dr. Sarpin? Of course, hard not to know someone who I share a wall with. Is he back yet? No return now. I've been hired by a foreman to investigate. And the day this is shaping up to be. Sure he'd be back by now. Come down here and don't mind me saying, seems you know Doctor well. His neighbor tried to check in on him, given he's quite isolated here. Call us what you want, but we odds are good neighbors. Subject's heart rate rises for a few seconds. It is unclear why. Stop by from time to time, say hello, and bring trinkets. He's been kind. Most marketists don't pay attention to clan customs, so that wasn't too surprising, but it's appreciated nonetheless. Oh, the clan module? True. Guess you could say we are friendly. Think he'd be back by now. Doc likes to wonder when his mind gets busy. A peculiar man, but I had far worse neighbors. Got into him on my late shifts and didn't mind. I'm just walking about, see him more there than other miners. Told him he should just pick up an axe and join me, but he's yet to take me up on the offer. No matter how late I see him milling about, when I pass by his lab in the morning, he's always at his desk working away. Given that, well, it doesn't feel right that he's not back this late into the day. Maybe peculiar, but he's a man of routine. Yeah, it's the last time. Yesterday midday, I think. Saw him working in his office when I walked to the mess hall. Gave him a little wave. He was heads down, focused. Didn't see me, I don't think. It's not unusual. When he's excited about a new idea, nothing can tear him away from his work. Talked to anyone about this? Foreman, of course. That's how I knew he was missing. She asked me if I'd seen or heard from him. Told me there was blood in his lab. Didn't think anything of it, honestly. He's a surgeon. Blood in the lab is an occupational hazard. The work people do down here, let's just say it's not uncommon to hear sounds from his office. It sounds more serious now, given you being here. Sarpen was accredited. Know much about how site management works. I'm not sure I even know what accredited means. I do know that he's much appreciated around here for being a good doctor. Must mean he's approved by the higher-ups. The other details could help me understand. I did hear some noises last night coming from Doc's lab, but I was in half sleep. I don't know for sure what it was. Figured he was just working late, though. I could have sworn I heard voices. Maybe he was with a patient. Subject hesitates just 1 second too long on the word patient, betraying an emotional response. Confusing a mix of scents emit from her skin. This seems to be jealousy. Must have been a patient. That's the only thing I can think of. I care for him more than just a neighbor. I'm not denying it. I don't have the time, and neither does your doctor. How does my personal life have to do with any of this? So beyond the label as an Edson, didn't he? The first to empathize with you, which means you trusted him. Was he the first? I don't... Did he deal with that trust, I wonder? The scar, the mod in my head, you see it? Yes, it's a gift from the doc. A voice lowers to just above a whisper. Paul Saracen. His eyes fall. Submission. Subject tilts their head, revealing a scar on their head, hidden under her hair, parted to the side. She cups it, blocking the view from most angles. If I can tell a son of Dura about this, then who can I? You have to understand, Eds, is that the live in Intel, they are, I mean, we are hated. It is bad out here, sure, but in the dome itself, it's impossible to live in peace. Sometimes it goes beyond just hate. The autocracy, they'll choose groups of us at random, usually near adulthood, take into some dark place. We go in one person and come out. The McNulty Farseers call it the practice of penance. They go in your brain and make you soft and slow. The doc, I mean Dr. Sarpen, he fixed me. No, the rest of the marketists are against mods, but he isn't. And all the mod does is make me think like I used to, and makes me wonder if he's really one of them at all. The jealousy come into this. I suppose I like feeling seen for once. Didn't like thinking about him helping someone else. If Doc's truly missing, I don't doubt this could have something to do with it. Told him that hiding secrets from the marketist wasn't possible. Can't think of something more liable to get you in trouble besides facing down an accent. So I know. I hope it was enough to help you. Continue investigation elsewhere. Need to put that one in. Because I did not. The clan's module. Did we get that one in? No, did we attach that? That's the wrong one there. Whoopsie. Il classico, dude. Come on. Can do it. You can switch it. External hardware and brain map. Alright. So investigating you don't want. What was the exit button from investigate stuff? Was there one? No. That's the bit more hardcore button there. Yeah, that kinda opens something, but not exactly what we want, I guess. That's like what the menu is, but yeah, it doesn't really work that way. Yeah, on dude. Ari. Okay, sound doesn't even change. Sensitivity does, though. Fine, let's plug this one. Oh yeah, the external hardware here. This way. Talent clans and customs. We need to add a bunch of stuff here to get the to get it to function still. Come on. Now let's try, see what that will do. Node there actually. Save point here too. Should use that. The note. Got this one. This is hovel. Ramshackle mess of rusted metal. Analysis indicates this structure is being used as a shelter. By intelligence standards, this shack is barely habitable. Since the graffiti is scrubbed off with great effort, indicates structure has stood for some time. Faded symbols and key words indicate colloquial phrases used to insult those of clan heads. Also terms relating to those who augment their brain, a taboo and illegal practice throughout Dura. Conjecture quarry workers are aware that Biss is of clan heads and also believe her to have undergone brain augmentation. Counter-argument, clan heads is often associated with brain augmentation, confirming Biss has undergone such a procedure required to prove a conjecture. Besides, fantasy ideas are all alike to me. So I guess in this context that actually is kinda a compliment then. Villains would say there is quite a difference, though I appreciate the sentiment. The social burden being associated with Neds, though I suppose that means little to you. What can I do for you, son of Duda? Kinda still like the old lines there. Showing those that we already had. Let's go through all of these. So this one doesn't really open any like new stuff here much. Still the same, eh? Alright, sure. Got that. Alright, fine. There was someone then. Just in case we're gonna have some other little accidents there. This is some trader guy. This one will require probably a bit different approach. The clowns and customs maybe still might be necessary though. So that's 5 ahead. Actually, charlatans kind of works, I guess. Because the bargaining stuff probably gonna be better here. Tradesmen, service providers, and body augmenters. Fine. Hello, say I've ever seen you around here before. Arms dealer, not right? Guilty as charged, friend. Looking for the best tech in the quarry, come to the right place. The belt is an ornate medallion of precious metal. Medallions given to graduates of the foundry and trade school controlled by Clan Amina that specializes in matrix forging. Now then, that brings you to my shop today. Graduated from the foundry. Why yes, I take it you're familiar with our customs then. A wide and slightly a common sign of surprise, possibly fear. Graduates are Amina's most light matrix forgers, the best of the best. These medallions represent our particular field of expertise within the foundry, and I consider it a point of pride to represent the best my clan has to offer. If you're so good, shouldn't you be working somewhere better? Fair question. Consider myself a man of the people, you see. The smile doesn't reach his eyes, consistent with annoyance, possibly anxiety. My colleagues are happy to sell their souls to the marketists, but I prefer to use my talents where they are needed most. For a reasonable price, of course. What is it I can do for you? Missing person investigation. A good doctor. Rather peculiar fellow, that one. Mean to say he's disappeared. How unfortunate. You're not part of the Framers Guild. Why did Hobbs send you? I work for the CRI. I'm good at finding people, so I've heard. Your people have quite the reputation. They like to know, investigator. Thought would never do business with you. On rare occasions, every so often he'd wander down for some parts that he needed for a surgery, but other than that, well, he was an anti-mod marketist, and I sell mods for a living, so... So what is it you're not seeing? Protecting him. Reputation is very important down here, friend. For us Intellians, it can be everything. The serpent never purchased anything besides medical tools from my storefront. I hope that answer is satisfactory. Is anyone here in Quarry? I was hardly polling around with the locals and kept to himself mostly. Did spend quite a bit of time with his neighbor. Common sign of frustration. There's a woman, Biss is her name, lives over near the dumping grounds. For two people with nothing more than geography in common, they spent a surprising amount of time together. Don't particularly care for her. Really quite perceptive, aren't you? It's a long story. Got time? At your way then, about a year ago, Biss was in urgent need of an arm replacement. Had to be done immediately for medical reasons. I agreed to supply an arm mod free of charge, mind you. Only asked for a simple favor in return. When the time came to make good on our deal, she balked. You can imagine my frustration. What was the favor? Merely asking for some information. Information that would be useful not only to me, but possibly everyone down here. She's paid lip service to our agreement, but she refuses to tell me anything meaningful. She's coy, that one, irritatingly so. Anyway, if you don't mind, I'd just as soon not dwell on the matter. How can I help you? The serpent might have gone. Afraid not, friend. Was a bit of a shut-in, really. Daisy was in his lab, doing whatever a light marketists do. I didn't really know him. Like the type of person who makes a point of knowing people. Narrows his eyes slightly, consistent with hesitation, caution. Him as much as I needed to, and occasionally needed something from me for his work. I was happy to oblige him, of course. The enemies down here. He was marketist in the quarry and a rather elitist one at that. Onto that, his refusal to install body mods, and he was bound to rub someone the wrong way eventually. Don't like the marketists, do you? Marketists gather up all the best tech for themselves, and then leave us to work with whatever scraps we can find. I think my feeling towards them are rather justified. Anything else I can answer? Okay, the bargainer. To see if I'm willing to make a deal. His eyes widen, then he grins. Common signs of interest, approval. Knew there was something I liked about you. Understand how to make things happen around here, how to get things done. Think you have the opportunity to help each other, investigator. How exactly would we do that? Allow me to show you, friend. See, I found that down here. Hardware speaks louder than words. Reaches under his stole and pulls out an arm. Skin looks organic, but there are wires and tubes coming out of one end. Green liquid drips from where it was severed. And the mods, better you perform, better your life. No one is immune to this, not even the marketists. Looks like Dr. Sarpen wasn't as anti-mod as we all thought. Is that his arm? Sure does look like it, doesn't it? Craftsmanship is exquisite, though I suppose it doesn't bode very well for his health. Did you find that? Over in the netting, near the pit. It was just dangling there, believe it or not. Sound impressed. That's because I am, friend. Internal mods like this are incredibly difficult to install, and the skin is practically flawless. It's tech like this that the marketers usually won't share with anyone else. You've shown this to me before. I need to know who I'm dealing with, friend. Tech like this doesn't come along every day, especially down here in the quarry. Just having it in my possession could put me at risk. Need the arm? I might be willing to give it to you, but this is a business after all. I can't just hand it over for free. Especially something as rare and finely crafted as this. I'm going to need something of equal value in return. If you go the big bureaucrat there. I don't think I have the big one, actually, bureaucrat there. Probably is though, kinda. Did I keep the bureaucrat? No. I mean, it still kind of might work though. Acquisition. Old classic. Do you know how many times some marketist lackeys threatened to repossess my wares? Didn't scare me, neither do you. Both know you need a warrant for that, investigator. Go ahead, fill out your paperwork. I can wait. Or we could make a deal. Find something impressive, a piece of tech I haven't seen before, and we can talk. Now, if you don't mind, I have other business to attend to. The piece of tech then. The stool. By merchants in the quarry, several arm mods of various make dangle from its sides. Purple cloth with the crest hangs from the front. Car itself appears to be quite old, though parts of it show a sign of having been refurbished recently. Also appears to have been upgraded with a pair of pneumatic pistons, allowing for ease of transportation. Our mods include a mixture of Intellian, mechanoid, and marketist technology. Also several exotic pieces on display as well. Crest is of yellow line on the purple field. There's a heraldry of Clan Amina, an Intellian clan known for their skill at matrix forging and mod installation. CLIC, this time. Still just available. I don't think they can force it though. They only ask. They already ask me all the time though. And just go in Omega Lul every time. And no Laguna. Guess I'll need to examine the lab though. Okay, nothing new with you then. I see, I see. I have the policy there, set by the admins. At your timer for a force restart. I see, alright. That would be unfortunate to get that, I guess. Alright, that's his lab. Have a look around, eager to learn what your trained observations tell us. Serpent-head enemies were my rivals. None that might wish him harm, at least not as far as I know. Constantly shifts the tone and speed of her words. This style of speech is consistent with discomfort. Typical marketist in that he was against the use of mods. Wasn't a popular position among framers, but would that make someone want to kill him? That's a rather strong way of expressing a preference. Something stronger than difference of opinions, such as turning away as she speaks. Maybe she wants to review the scene, or maybe she wants to conceal her expression. Let's redo the setup though. Wait, she ain't gone now? Shit. Where are you? Oh, there she is, alright. Hilton. Hello. One second. Or a throat lozenges. Against the throat pain. Still hurts. Let's go on. Solid developer Elix. Not sure. Not the Elix. Not sure about solid developer actually on this one. Not so sure. This one needs the bureaucracy stuff, right? Managers. So this distribution here. Ah, come on. Okay, so missing a bunch of things that I... When I exit the dialogue there. Shouldn't do that. Okay, when you load it, it forgets your settings though. This somehow still remembers the sound, eh? That's good. Alright, enemies. Unusual interactions recently. None I'm aware of, unless we count the fact that he invited you to visit him. That seems unusual. Pry too much into your private business here is certainly none of my concern. Nature of his research, something to do with enhancing the brain's efficiency when using X85. Closely monitor his research. Imagine I have nothing better to do than to monitor a doctor's private interests. Refuses to answer questions directly. Need to examine the clinic. Seem likely suspect it will be difficult to determine the nature of that struggle. A voice slower, more deliberate than usual. She's choosing her words carefully. Talk to her later. Sure. Bloodstain. Tricky patterns of blood mark the floor, and patterns suggest someone made an effort to clean but possibly ran out of time. Tricky patterns suggest there was a great deal of blood that was cleaned up hastily. The rush cleanup suggests someone was covering their tracks or maybe planting false tracks. And blood never lies. Follow the blood. Broken equipment. Microscope lies on the floor, surrounded by shattered beakers and broken autoclave and dozens of blood sample containers. Desktop is strewn with metal etchings, writing stelae, and the disordered files. Draw conclusion. People simply messy and disorganized. May not be possible to draw conclusions. Nearby shelf, a hot plate and several test tubes and test tube holders messily pressed together. Equipment placement suggests someone cleaned up quickly but lacked the time or motivation to make certain the items appeared as doctor would order them. Blood remains unchanged. Not already, not just the blood there. The etching. The debris and a few drops of blood is a metal etching with a pattern carved into it. What does suggest the etching was dropped long ago and forgotten. Appear to be deliberate markings, not mere scratches or artistic doodles. Pattern appears to contain meaning, but that meaning remains elusive. Maybe more to discover about this item. We need the clan stuff here, actually. The wall is the workstation covered in various tools. Ascertain general use case. Equipment spread haphazardly across the table without much care. Much of this equipment is unrecognizable. Conjecture whatever Sarpin was doing was unconventional, cutting edge, or illegal. Wool Morkin. Bedded on the wall is a wooden box that opens to reveal a carved shape of a vertical line with several smaller horizontal branches. Appears to have been previously hidden behind a panel that now lies broken on the floor. Exterior of a panel is identical to the rest of the wall, and the fit is designed to be precise and leave no visible seams. Someone not looking for it would likely not notice there was anything here at all. Marking has some sort of technical function, but its precise nature is most immediately apparent. Not immediately apparent. It's being hidden, and by whom? Hidden by Sarpen or from him? More questions than answers so far. And the old mod. Ancient mod, perhaps centuries old. Technology is unfamiliar, and this mod is unlikely incompatible with current matrix forging tech. Worth re-examining when I learn more. Scanner is kind of like sounding weird sometimes. And just all the same. Getting the save point there somehow. The same stains. Yeah, maybe we need the different. Let's taste. That doesn't give us anything here. We should yank it. We can investigate it later, maybe. See, warded exonic surge, a warning been elevated. Evacuation is quite possible, perhaps even likely. Guess we will all keep working for the good of Dura while we can, but we should perhaps quicken our pace. Let's find Sarpen before we run out of time. What's your report? Spoken to arms dealer and Bizadza, yes? In light of the danger being overrun by devoured by accents, I suggest we discuss what you learned. So far more questions than answers. Guess you learned at least some things. Wonderful. Major revelation, shall we? Dealer appears to have found Sarpen's arm. Something troubling. Hope you were able to take possession of it. It could prove useful. That's how we know the arm belongs to Sarpen. I have faith in you, Ambrose. If he says his arm, I believe you. Of course I'm curious. Afraid I have to disagree. Change in her skin color and the quickening of her heart rate. Speculation response is consistent with person who believes hidden intentions or actions may have been discovered. Concealing something. What is it? So you mistake my fear for Dr. Sarpen as a fear for myself. There's no need to be so cynical. You're determined to search for my hidden motives when you should be searching for the doctor. I find it hard to believe you told me everything I need to know. Do all I can to help you follow the clues that will lead to Dr. Sarpin. You will have to trust that I'm telling the truth. Back to the matter at hand. Arm itself can surely tell us a great deal. Examining arm would yield many clues. I assume you took it from an arms dealer. It's unlikely to surrender it easily. The arm could tell us a great deal. Suggest you beg, borrow, or steal your way into claiming it. Let's see. The other one. Performing illegal brainwash on patients. My goodness, that is an interesting revelation. Certainly worth looking into at some point, but right now our first priority is finding the doctor, not chastising him. This could be related to his disappearance. And I have absolute faith you will get to the bottom of all of this. As Dr. Sarpin's secret interests tell us where to find him, I suspect not. Tells you more than you are letting on, and I want to know what you've concluded. I can understand why you feel that way. Had some inklings of his interest, but I didn't believe were relevant. They say you can sense things. I'm telling you quite directly that it never occurred to me that Dr. Sarpin's interest in modding led to his disappearance, I guess. My lying. Aspiration and his subvocal tremors suggest deception. Not the way to deceive and by lying. He's looking for the worst in people, and how depressing. Right, I think that Dr. Sarpin's modding interests raise some questions. Your work can be a complicated place, and is full of people with a variety of motives. These motives could distract you, and we must not lose sight of our primary goal. As running short this line of inquiry is unproductive, let's move on. More investigating, sure. Exonic surge coming. Severed arm and a secret brain modification. Things hint that Sarpin's disappearance could be linked to larger conspiracy. Titan tangled complicated web of deceit. Dr. Sarpin must be located and soon. Him alive means everything, both to me and to you. My hope, no, Ambrose, my belief that you are up to the task. I wish you luck. Ah, I see. Then, not even letting you continue with this one a bit. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Back to the play area. I still can kind of continue. Well, I guess I kind of still can't really like progress on that one much though. Get the arm from the guy though. And whatever bit we found is not enough. Which one should we try? So you can't really go to for 3 anyway. And bargaining we already did sort of try, so... Something of equal value. Not really. The little one we found is not enough, I guess. So, I guess can't really progress there. Can't really progress anymore. I'll see. Oh, yeah, that was